What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel tonight. We got some more action for the IEL League tonight. It's going to be Quiet Reapers going up against Evo Carnage in this one. And, well, it's my third cast of the day, so a little tired, but nothing too shabby about it. We'll take a quick rundown of the teams before we get things started here. And I do believe these are right, but they could be a little bit wrong. Let me see if I got these right. We got Quiet Reapers, King off, J-Rat, I believe Domfit, and Kerbin rounding out the roster. And on the flip side, we got Evo Carnage. And I do believe they're actually starting things right away. So should be underway here in a moment. We got Bones, Goose, Mythic, and Envy rounding out the Carnage roster as well. So, definitely some shooters here. And we'll take one rundown of the maps before we get things started here real quick. We're going to be starting with Hacienda HP here, Fringe SND. So some DLC at the start. And then Scar, Den, Raid to finish things off. So some DLC. And some vanilla thrown in, but I don't mind vanilla too much, but as long as they're good maps here, and we'll see if that's going to be the case already. We should be underway here. Quiet Reapers versus the Carnage, map number 1. Here we go. And we'll see who's going to start things out hotter here. I am kind of curious who's going to have the upper hand in this one. We didn't really talk about too much of the records this season, but both these teams I did look both 2-6, and not exactly having the best season, really, either of these guys. And this is kind of a I'm not sure if this is going to be actually a huge map for seeding or not. I'm not sure what the cutoffs for playoffs is here. So I'm not sure if either of these teams are out of the running, if they could still make it, or what the kind of overall deal is for these teams, or if this is just kind of a fun match just to see who, throws it up and wins here. I'm not too familiar, but I'm just going to treat it like this is for seeding for playoffs, just because I think these teams probably right around the cutoff line. I'm not, like I said, not too sure where that line is. I would imagine, I think the group is maybe 16 to 20 teams, so maybe top 12 or something, which is, relatively down there. So still could be impactful for sure going into the playoffs. And off the break, it's going to be Flixie on the 4 spree heading into new, but 2 players of Carnage in the back to be dealt with. And, well, we're going to have a couple members in the time currently, but the pinch is coming on in. Look at where number 5 is coming in at. He should be able to get a free kill after quite a few shots off the mark there. Second one's going to go down, and it's going to be Tax on the 3. How many can you find? You're going to get 3 before falling here. Goose eventually does clean it up, and so far it has been incredibly strong from the Quiet Reapers off the start here. Cheech looking to try and break from the front here. He's going to get taken down, and it just seems like every push Carnage has tried at this hill has just been shut down. Spawn out's going to happen. Good shots from Kerbin through the wall there. Nice stuff. Pushing now. It's going to be up to Carnage on this rotation to try and maintain a little bit of positioning here. Make sure that you're not able to get flipped at the very least here, because every kill is going to spawn you all the way up behind Old, and Tax found a gap. Gets one, gets a second one as well. But with the hill spawning now, I don't think they will spawn out as of... Actually, yeah, they do. One does. Goose spawns all the way out here, so that's going to be a little bit kind of unfortunate, really, because then the push is on. Quiet Reapers are going to be spawning close here. Flixie having a great start, 8-3. We'll get cleaned up in midair, and, well, Carnage will have a chance now to soak a decent amount of time. They got the spawns for new. How long can you hold is going to be the question. The first wave has been quelled here. Second wave on its way, and, well, you got Israel in hill looking to try and clean up a couple of kills. Cheech going to get the third one. Straggler on the outer, and Cheech for the pre-fire. 5 spree 4 and turn it up in a big way for Carnage here, and this hill so far has been pretty one-sided Carnage's direction. So far rotations for both these teams have netted them a lot of early time here. Now it's going to be about these rotations toward new. Rock Hill, the most important hill on this map for sure, and it's going to be Carnage there first, but the rest of the team a little far away now. Flixie able to collapse onto 1, 7 HP, might be able to get traded here. Israel stays alive for the moment, but has an entire squad heading his direction, and will indeed get cleaned up here. So nice double from J-Rat. We'll get them initial time, and it's going to be the Reapers. Losing the rotation of 3, but they're on top of number 4 here, despite being there a little bit late. Didn't matter, they had the numbers, and they're going to be locking it down so far. Cheech from the water, though, from the depths. Looking to try and claim 1. Does get the first, second, and can he find a third? A little off the mark with the shots on number 3, and that allows J-Rat to stay alive a long time, actually. So that double might actually help quite a bit for the Quiet Reapers on the reinforcements, but it doesn't seem to have made such an impact so far. Bones, unfortunate stun timing there. We'll clean up onto 1. He's staying alive for the moment. It's been a very back and forth affair so far in this HP. Nobody really having a significant edge. I will say Israel having kind of a rough start at 4 and 11, looking at him to turn things around on our second rotation. But despite all that, I mean, pretty much dead even. Heading into P1 here, not too shabby with how you started if you're Carnage. We'll see if they're able to get anything going. Nice nade from Flixie toward open. Knew that they were going to be hitting that out, and, well, they'll pay dividends for it. J-Rat with some bad timing. Urban now in a 1v1. Goose taking care of business on the first one. Second one going to fall. Jaeger is out. Double kill acquired. Third one as well. Fourth one, a little bit too much to ask for, but nice life from Goose there. Gets a lot of pressure back your way if you're Carnage, and, well, P1 is not the end-all, be-all, but if you can get some time on this hill, it's definitely beneficial. It adds up. It will be the Reapers, though. Back on the time, looking to try and push forward. Spawn out coming from Bones, so these kills are going to be crucial. Curvin just through bottom for absolute free 99 here. You still have Goose all the way in the back, so he should be cementing you the spawns, but with Curvin staying alive, this is going to be a little bit more mixy now, but not sure if I love that life from Curvin. Probably could have got into new, probably could have played the back a little bit more there, but he tried to get the kills off old, and it's not going to work out for you. Although Tax does get in through the front, so, I mean, despite Carnage trying to set up for this hill, it wasn't exactly the best rotation. You still didn't really prioritize hill that much. They will have the spawns, but, I mean, they had the spawns last time in the back. That didn't really matter too much. Quiet Reapers held it from the front the majority of the time, so we'll see if the break is going to be a little bit better this time around for Carnage here. Goose looking to try and get involved. He's got himself a target lined up. Gets one kill for his efforts. We'll see if he's able to find anything else here. Second one from the side door. Gets some tags in, but runs out of ammo. And Flixie, flick of the wrist there. Gets the double kill, and Quiet Reapers right back on in. And this has been their hill, man. I mean, despite not having the spawns, hasn't mattered. Just the Evo Carnage not able to coordinate the nades well enough to really break. Finally, they will get into the time, but a little late on that one. Only able to get maybe 10, 15 seconds of scrap time, so not the end-all, be-all. P3 is where they made a lot of headway last time around. We'll see if they can do it again here. Curvin should get spotted in the back. Goose almost gets 180 there. Thankfully, for his sake, I didn't roast him into oblivion for getting turned. Almost got turned on, I'll say, but my goodness, yeah, that was kind of a mess right there. Curvin looking to get aggressive, and everybody is going to fall. Flixie from the front. It can be such a tough hill to try and break. You really need to slow play this one. Wait for your teammates to get some kills before you attempt anything. And, I mean, really, Evo Carnage showing us how it's done on this hill. They've got themselves right back on into this one and potentially take the lead here as well if the kills go your way. Curvin with a nice double, but J-Rat says, hey, Curvin, heads up. Hit him with a nice little Semtex grenade for good measure. And now the rotation is on. You got number 3 here. That's going to be Curvin. He'll be in trouble soon. The rest of his teammates have hit old, and now Curvin on the statue has a big job in front of him. Able to get one. Low HP. Pistol is out. Pistol is good. Nice double from Curvin. And his teammate's going to pick up the top hall as well. Tax, I mean, just great stuff from Quiet Reapers. They're going to be here early, and Curvin makes the most of it, so in the lead now for the Reapers, looking to try and make this more costly for Carnage for choosing to hit old and not rotate, but the Hellstorm is on out from Cheech. See if that's going to make any sort of difference here. You got number 4 toward mid-hall. Number 5 also going through office. Should be able to get a freebie here. No, but Curvin shuts it down. Hellstorm going to be floating slow roll in this one quite a lot, and that will lead to 2 kills. Still Quiet Reapers able to get about 30 seconds before that streak was invested, so not the worst showing. Despite the investment of the missile here, it's going to be up to Carnage to try and lock down the remainder. Bones with a nice double. Can he triple up here? And he does. 3 for him. 4 spree collected, and, well, Carnage, I mean, just doing their thing on the break thanks to that missile coming through. So we're going to head to our 3rd rotation, and we are basically dead even yet again, even closer than the last time around. See if any of these guys can make the play for rotations on P2. I feel like, you know, Carnage, they rotated toward P2 last time around, but they have just done a pretty poor job on P2 specifically of locking down hill time, and that might be the difference maker on this rotation. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. It's really been P2 and P3 traded back and forth, though, so maybe not the end-all, be-all if you're Carnage here, and P4 is really going to be the wild card in this one, and we'll see if that's going to be the case. Goose cleaning up a straggler here, but you got to worry about the spawns. 30 seconds left. You got to start thinking about flipping here, and, well, so far it has been Quiet Reapers just holding it down up the front, making sure that they're not flipping. Bones does get in behind, though. That is a quickly red play. It'll get taken down, and we'll see if Carnage can't make anything happen on this row here. It looks like we got more members of Quiet Reapers here this time than there have been in the first initial 2 rotations. Curvin from the side door cleans up 1, but he's going to have 2 more to deal with. And I don't know if J-Raz spotted this cross or not. You got Israel on the side door, having a tough map. Can you make up for it now? Off the mark with those shots. Going to be up to Goose in the time for the moment. He gets the trade on Curvin, but the split spawns are going to be a nightmare to deal with. Bones is behind a couple. The split spawns are just everywhere at the moment. Still, I mean, Quiet Reapers in the chaos are thriving at the moment. Flixie looking for a kill on the side door and finds both of them from the front. Now Goose, last one up on the side door. What do you even do in this situation? Do you wait for your team? I think that's the only real option here, but he's going to run straight into the Lion's Den, and Quiet Reapers doing their thing on this P2 yet again, 3 times in a row. And we'll see now. If Quiet Reapers can rotate to this P3 from this position, they can definitely win this game, but we'll see if that's going to be the case. Look at this spawn out from Curvin, though. Evo Carnage forcing them out behind old, and that allows Curvin to spawn toward new. But you do have Cheech. He is in toward 10. You got Israel on the front of time. Is he able to stay alive is going to be the question here. Cheech gets the first one. Israel can't get the second one. Bones and Goose toward top plat. You need to try and break this one here. 20 seconds for the win. Reapers maybe spawning out, though. Let's see, with a nice double to stay alive. Alleviate a little bit of that pressure tax. Try to get involved from the front end of time. At the very least here, if you're Reapers, you don't lose on this hill, and they should know that. But here comes the Hellstorm, looking to try and get the break. J-Rat from the sky, able to get 1, 2-piece from his teammate as well. 4 dead, Flixie's in. How many more times do you want to hit this, really, if you're Evo Carnage? It looks like Bones is lagging. Oh my goodness. Lagging up a storm there. Carnage, I mean, despite the Hellstorm, I don't know what just happened. How Evo was able to get in there back so quickly. I guess they have the close spawns, but, I mean, with the game tied, you gotta go to new here. You have to go to new. You don't win it on old, and, well, Reapers, they know it. They're gonna be on their way. They're a little late, though. That might open the door for a Carnage opportunity at this hold. Goose behind you toward mid, but Bones with a self-nade. It's not going to help things out whatsoever. Goose gets the first one. How many more can you find, though? Goose with 2. Curvin with 2. Stays up. His teammates are on the way, and that will do it. Map number 1. It will go to the Quiet Reapers there. Nice job from them. Closing out that first one. And I gotta say, I mean, it was a decent effort from Carnage, but just wasn't enough in the end. That P2 was the killer, man. Needed to lock down, solidify that P2 rotation, and just were not quite able to. Great map coming through from Curvin. 4,600 damage, 35 kills. And, I mean, a minute plus a hill time on literally everybody there. So, great stuff. It's going to be Hacienda hardpoint in the books there. Close affair, but not exactly unexpected. And we're going to be heading to that Fringe S&D up next here. So, guys, you know, we'll be right back with that map number 2 here in a moment. So, don't go anywhere. We'll have that one back in a sec. back. Map number 2 here. It's going to be Fringe SND, and, well, off the rip. I was curious if we saw any sniper rifle action, and, well, it's going to be early pick coming with it. So J-Rat going to start things off with a nice flick. Second one going to drop as well, and, I mean, the double pinch is coming on in, but I have a feeling J-Rat is going to read it here eventually. The pressure should be underway. Are you going to be able to find the no-scope? I thought maybe for a second the trigger would have got pulled, and potential for, excuse me, a highlight reel play. Bones now, 1v3, does get the first, but a lot more work to be done. And he is going for the crazy Omega route here. I'm not sure if he has time. He probably does have enough time for this, but he's going to have to find them incredibly fast after he crosses. He can't really hesitate at all. And, well, he's going to stop at the door. And, yeah, time's ticking. 15 on the clock now. You got to move, Bones. You got to go. I like the attempt at the route, but it's one of those long ones where you don't have time to diddle-dally anyway, but Quiet Reapers will take care of business regardless of the timing anyway. And Flixie with a nice little 2 to open things up. And the opening blood with the sniper rifle coming out as well. So, good stuff from Quiet. They'll win the opening round. How much more can you get? And what is the answer back going to be now from Carnage here is going to be the question. They're going to be on the offense. And is anybody going to pull out the sniper to match the J-Rat man? And it's going to be Goose. We'll see if he can do it. You already know he's going to be top barn. It's just going to be about this opening duel here. J-Rat thinking about peeking, but oh, not going to peek quite yet. And that's actually going to be a switch swap weapon from Goose here. So now J-Rat's stuck on the sniper. Flixie with the first one. And that is an incredibly ego chow if I've ever seen one. Now that leaves Flixie all alone by the site, and he's going to get cleaned up as well. So 3v2. Now a chance for Carnage to lay the rock here, but Kerbin gets the answer back on one and already Tax on this pinch. Quick in this round. Shots are going to land, but not enough for the kill. And Tax might have gotten juked here. Israel, somehow this guy is still alive here. Kerbin, can you capitalize off the damage? And you can. Second one going to drop. Israel 1v2 now. We'll see if he does anything in this round. He's going to spot one toward top barn. I don't think Kerbin saw him. No. Didn't see him cross. He's going to get a free bomb. And now the clutch is still a possibility, really, with that bomb plant. It's going to take Quiet Reapers a little bit of time to get over here. Israel thinking about hitting it. He has this sub up close and knows there's a player right in front of him. Oh, he stopped shooting. He stopped shooting. He still wins the gunfight. 30 seconds now. Clock is ticking. It's about timing now. Tax in the sight. Looking. Playing a ring around the rosy. Spots him. I don't think Israel spotted him either. He goes for the chow. Israel spots him on the box now. Going for it. Gunshots are going to land, but they're not enough. Tax. Just enough time left. It came down to a 1v1 and a nice attempt from Israel there, and just not quite enough. Quiet Reapers taking the second. Sniper rifle didn't amount to a whole lot there for Goose, but he tried. Give him the attempt there. It didn't really matter a whole lot because he didn't see anyone. So, I mean, hey, if you don't see anyone, you don't see anyone. Second one for Reapers now. That one a little bit more mixy, a little less decisive. See if they can gather some sort of steam here. And now Goose gonna open things up with the first blood here. Kerbin, some shots onto the window. Second one gonna drop. Third as well. Traded it out now from Flixie. Kerbin, wow, just not reading the pressure through tracks. Leaves Flixie in a horrible situation now. 1v, well, unofficial ace, 1v3 now. And he has been spotted. Goose keeps the sniper out, gets 2 picks that round. Good stuff from him. Making that thing sing. It can be a risky prospect on a map like this to pull out the sniper as well. I've seen it time and time again, especially at the higher level where you pull out a sniper, you just get ran at, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it because the retake with a sniper on both bomb sites is not very good. I feel like that's really the reason in particular we don't see it a whole lot, especially on defense. Even on offense, really, it can be tough to hold the site. So we don't see a ton of sniper rifle action on this map, even though, you know, in theory, a lot of long lines of sight, it can ideally be good. But, I mean, if you just don't chow mid, you're really not going to be getting too many angles, to be honest, especially with smokes coming out. But we really haven't seen any smoke grenades thrown yet, so we're going to be seeing some more there. Goose just barely off the mark with that first one, and we'll see if he's able to connect. Knows Kerbin's there. Bones gets credit for the first one. Do you get the answer back? The shoulder's there. The shot is good. 2 kills early on. Carnage starting to heat up here. Third one. Gonna be spotted toward mid-map. And it's just another 1v4 situation. Tax, do you find it? Not a whole lot of really chance in this round, if I'm being real here. 1v4s don't just come along willy-nilly. They have to be hard-fought, earned, and really there has to be a lot of mistakes coming through as well from the other team to even allow yourself a chance. But good cleanup. Carnage won't scam away the round. And we are all tied back up here. Not enough trades going on, really, seems like, for either of these teams. Every round so far, other than that one crazy 1v1, has came down to just, like, clean sleep wiping the other team off the face of the planet, so. We'll see if that trend continues or not. It's going to be a 3 spree from Bones and from Goose as well. And I'm curious if he's going to keep this out on both sides, because I believe he's been using it on offense and defense as well, so. It's been working for him, though, so I can't even really discredit him. Going toward tracks. There's going to be multiple people here. Does he spot the first one? Flick off the mark. Pistol is out. He's going for the shots off the mark. Nade's going to land. Flixie for the first. The reload is in. And somehow Goose is able to wiggle away. So, I mean, hey, no harm, no foul, but you did lose your teammate in the process. And Quiet Reapers, they're not done. It's J-Rat and crew plowing through the bomb site. And it's rinse and repeat. Another round where it's just a 1v4. Everybody just getting dominated at the moment. No trades really coming through for either team, it seems. And it can be difficult to do, but you need to make sure that you... If you're not going to get the trade, that you stay alive. And I feel like we're seeing a lot of that where people aren't getting the trade and then they're not staying alive, so... Interesting S&D so far. I feel like... Hasn't been the most, strategic S&D. That's the way I'm gonna put it. That's the way I'm gonna word it. J-Rat pushing up on defense here is gonna meet Goose here in a second. Looks like both teams put the sniper away. Number 3 toward mid-map. Kerbin looking for the first one. He's gonna find it as well. Goose in a gunfight. Second one's gonna drop as well. Israel now the last one alive. Goes through mid. Pre-fire. He gives it up. And Quiet Reapers will take the round, and that was a much-needed round for just separation's sake there. Carnage thought about running down mid, and they get punished for it. Reapers just running at you toward 10, holding the iron toward mid. 4-2 now. Carnage, they were on some sprees, but they both got shut down, and I feel like it's just been kind of a pendulum. Swinging back and forth this map. Started off with Reapers, then an answer back from Carnage. Now Reapers seem to have the hot hand again, and Carnage on the defense. Gonna have to stop 3 different people toward B here. This is gonna be a difficult task. Bones pushing through. Do you find the first one here? He does, and he gets out with his life, most importantly. And again, no trade. I mean, Flixie, just not there to be able to answer that one. 4v2 now. They do get one freebie back, but Israel already through tracks behind enemy lines. Gets another one. Can you find the all-needed trade? And it looks like the answer is going to be no here, Bones! Oh my god! I went off Kerbin because I really thought he was going to get shot in the back and get traded, but... I mean, Bones. Just missing every single shot in the magazine there. Gives Kerbin a chance. And he's on a 3 spree, going for the ace now. A 1v1, and this would be a huge one to convert here for the Reapers. You have the momentum. Past 2 rounds. Can you convert this one? And you do. What a round. Coming through there from Kerbin. Ace on the round. A 360. Or I guess you call it a 180 turn on. My god. And Goose. Just bad timing. Can't convert the last one. And you gotta be closing those ones out if you're Bones there. That's a tough look. I mean, that's really unfortunate. I can't even really say that, you know, you don't even go for those gunfights because at the range he was, that probably should have been a for sure kill. But typically, when they're a little further away, you want to use some trigger discipline with the sub and not go for those because you're probably not going to get the kill. But that was not one of those gunfights. I mean, Bones, you just got shit on. It happens. Now it's about the bounce back. Can you find your footing now? 1 for 1 at the bomb site. Tax, low HP, and it's going to be Cheech or the double up. Flixie now. Left to try and deal with the mess. Gets a timing on the first one, though. That's going to be Bones falling. Second one in front of you. And it's going to be Goose off the mark with those shots. Gives Flixie a chance. Second one collected. Oh my god, he's right below you. He's right below you. Can you spot him? And you do. Thought maybe for a second Flixie was able to do it a crazy clutch. Just like Curvin did, but not to be the case this time. Cheech shuts it down. I believe Cheech with 3 on that round. Keeps you alive for a round longer. But how long can you keep this up? How long can you delay? You're going to need to get 3 straight here if you're Carnage. Not an easy thing to do, but still definitely possible. Let's see what they got now. And Reapers. What's your strategy here to close? Back on the offense. Looks like maybe bomb toward A and maybe a fake potentially. But there's going to be 2 players heading your way. Flixie, you got to be prepared for this one. First one, going to be spotted as well. You got Curvin watching over you. And look at where J-Rat's at. He's already through the bomb, but looks like on the flip side, it's just going to be flanks on flanks. J-Rat shot maybe a little bit too early here, and now the backtrack is happening. You got Bones going to be running straight into you, and that pitch from J-Rat doesn't work out. Shot a little early. And now Carnage with the numbers. Curvin looking for the answer back. Has his tagged the player incredibly low, and he gets caught with an 8 in hand. 4v2 situation, and now make it a 1v4 situation for Tax here, and that is not going to be good enough on those shots to get the first. And Evo Carnage, I mean, it's just back and forth, man. Both these teams just trading clusters of rounds. Great stuff coming through. And you do stay alive another one, and this gets more scary now. The pressure gets increasingly so for Quiet Reapers. You just need 1 round. But the longer that round eludes you, the more nervous, the more stress starts to build. Cheech on a 4. I don't know if we're going to see a Hellstorm before this map ends, but if he gets some more kills here, it's a possibility. You got Flixie heading toward 10 aggressively right on the other side of the wall here. You got Tax has been spotted. Bomb's going to be toward B, though. Israel. Gonna spot the shoulder. He'll back up. And he'll rejoin his team here, but I still don't know if they're going to be hitting out this bomb site or not. Looks like the go button has been activated. Cheech just runs down mid-map, and honestly, 7 HP. J-Rat had some help on that one. 4v2 now. Goose and Israel. Not sure if I love that approach toward the B-bomb. It's going to be Israel getting some long-range shots. Not any damage. Tagged incredibly low, in fact. Can you find anything now? Goose with some shots off target. Incredibly low on this player in the corner, but you got number 2, J-Rat, going for the pinch on you at the same time. Israel drops, and now a 1v4 for the Goose man. And not a whole lot to be done in this situation. Does get the first, but even if he gets a couple of these kills, there's only 20 seconds left. This should be the map. He does get a second, though, somehow. Crazy gunfight, but doesn't matter in the end. It'll be the cleanup, and it'll be Quiet Reapers taking the 2-0 edge in this one. Definitely a close affair, but they closed it out. And now we'll head to that map number 3, Scar. And we'll see. I mean, so far it has been Carnage struggling a little bit to try and get something going in this one, and we'll see if that continues. I feel like so far it's been, I feel like just Quiet Reapers just slowly outperforming, maybe a little bit outslaying, but it's not been like by the craziest of margins. I feel like just the teamwork maybe a little bit better, you could argue, in this aspect. Who knows? But I mean, 2-0 up now, looking to try and close it in 3. We're going to head to a Scar overload, and we'll see if the Reapers are going to be able to close it out in 3, or if Evo Carnage feeling resilient, feeling like sending us to some extra maps here. We'll be right back to find out. And we are back with map number 3 here. Evo Carnage. Looking for a big bounce back. Down 0-2 in this one. Looking to try and start things off hot here. They're going to need to try and pull off the reverse sweep. And well, I've casted one already today, which was a kind of a breakdown of, I don't even know, just massive repercussions there. We'll see if I see another one today. It would be unlikely, but you never know. I say control. I keep doing that where I say control instead of overload. It looks like, might have a chance here. It looks like Cheech's controller disconnect. I don't know how he's able to live through that, but looks like Tax is going to go for a route here. Oh god, Codcaster is actually Omega Torch this game. Number 5's on the minimap. Number 190. I'm going through this map, I can already tell you. This is going to be a rough one, so bear with me on the observation, but I'm going to try my damnedest. Off the opening break. Minutes gone by, and, well, we're throwing smokes, so, everything is out the window in this map. I don't think the teams care too much about that. Hopefully we just change our class real quick and play on. We'll see if that's gonna happen or not. I don't even know who threw that. This is, oh, it's Bones. Bones, switch your class, buddy. It's respawn. Oh, man. We're dead, though. Apparently everybody's curving this map, so Curvin is just getting credited with all these kills, even though it's a team effort. And now Quiet Reaper's pushing up the map. You got Tax with the drone in hand, and just one more player above you, and that'll do it. First one on the board for the Reapers here. Looking to try and close out this series, and they might have a chance to do so as well. Look at how far up they are, just in your base, spawn killing you over and over here. Difficult task, Cheech forward new, and that's gonna be 3 dead, and now a chance for Carnage off a spawn to try and put one in, but Cheech is by himself here. Not gonna really exactly have the timing window, and I like this bait coming through, and it's a team kill coming through. The nade just blows up the car. Curvin, I believe, blows up himself. I don't know if it was actually Curvin. It looked like might have been Tax, but that mistake's gonna lead to a capture and response from the Carnage here, so still not out of the woodwork yet. You've got players in your base here you gotta contend with. Bones is on the reset, Israel here as well, but not going to capitalize on it as of yet, as things will stabilize, so one apiece, nothing too crazy off the opening here. Nobody able to chain anything as of yet. Bones going to be trying to live with the device. Cheech gets the trade onto that one, still somehow alive through all of that, but J-Rat with 2, Curvin with the last, and Quiet Reapers will do a good job of holding here, and they'll have an opportunity to push forward themselves. Curvin, the actual Curvin, gets a timing here as well, and now J-Rat toward the finish line, gets it done. Second one on the board quickly now. I have a feeling this might just be a high-scoring game based on what we're seeing right now. Maybe quite a few positional mistakes coming through, as well as just, I mean, players putting you in the blend. Spawn traps coming out. 2 falling yet again. Drone hasn't been collected, but a chance now for Reapers to do something with this. Flixie's still behind you. You never cleared him out of your base, and you finally will do so, so no harm, no foul there. Carnage on the aggression, and this is just going to be a guarantee unless an 8 hits here. Yeah, they just played the device. Just say, we don't care about kills, we care about the objective here. They just grab it and go. Freebie, that may be Quiet Reapers. Miscalculated there. J-Rat with the nice 2, has the 3rd one in front of him, and this is going to be another one potentially here. It goes in again, and I don't know what Quiet Reapers are doing exactly here in this overload. They're just allowing Evo to just do whatever they want with the device here. That is the 2nd reset in a row where they're just caught flat-footed, not playing the objective, and they got punished for it. I mean, kills are nice, but you got to keep track of the device is the reason you play this game mode. Cheech off the mark with the pistol shots. Can you find the finisher? No, it's going to be Flixie with a 3-piece. 17 and 10, but still down in this map. Couple of rough maps from Tax and from Israel here to start things off in the overload, but hasn't mattered too much for Carnage. They'll get the clearance. But still, man, J-Rat alive, being a thorn in your side. But look at this route. I mean, Bones just grabs it and goes. He just takes it to the finish line. And again, Quiet Reaper's just not on top of the ball. Not playing the device at all. That is 3 caps, you could argue, this entire game. That, I mean, were definitely preventable. Just for some better positioning from the Reapers here in the overload. So Carnage, I mean, despite being down 0-2 in the series, have a chance now in this map to take this one away. And Quiet Reapers, quite honestly, just fumbling in the overload. Definitely some tough stuff going on for the Reapers. And I mean, you see the stat lines. I mean, it's not like they're not getting kills. I mean, you could argue Tax maybe having a rough map, but Israel on the other side also kind of having a rough map. Everybody got positive for the side of the Reapers except Tax, and has not mattered. You're just letting them sneak over and over on you, which is honestly more of a blitz play. If you guys remember that game mode all the way back in the day, I might be showing my age a little bit with that comm, but yeah, this has been a rough stuff so far. And Bones is just grabbing it, and he goes again. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the Reapers, but they gotta lock it in, man. This has been incredibly sloppy to watch. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see if Bones does get in. If he gets this next one again, I'm calling sandbag. I don't know what I'm calling, because this has been rough. Finally, some defense for the Reapers here. And get this drone out of here. Get it out of the hands of Bones. I like this route coming through. They're going to lose Curvin toward mid, but you have Flixie on the chase. He's able to get a couple, or at least one here. J-Rat on the 3 as well. And now a chance for you to try and actually get a first score of the half here. Tax will put it on in. The team kill. Actually, not really a team kill. Team damage will come through. Leads to a kill, but J-Rat's still alive. Trying to keep this play going, but it's tough to do when you lost your entire roster, and he's going to get horrible timing anyway. He's going to get surrounded. His teammates do pick up a couple of kills here in transition, but Goose shuts down the second. Drone's going to reset now. Goose on the reset. Oh, wow. Oh my god, he's out of ammo with both weapons. What is this route? This has been one of the craziest overloads I've seen, and for all the wrong reasons. My god. Reapers, though, they do get the 4 dead and now have a chance to put another one on the board here. J-Rat avoiding some nades, avoiding some damage. We'll get number 4, so despite the incredibly sloppy start, Reapers, I mean, you still have a chance to close this one out. You got Evo right where you want him back in their base here. And it looks like Flixie's going to try and run this one, and he's going to run it straight in as well. So, I mean, what can be done to you can also be given out as well. You got to be careful now. Carnage. They started off good in the second half, but it was more or less mistakes from the Reapers here. Not exactly like you were doing anything too crazy if you were Carnage. Now you gotta be wary that you're not doing the exact same thing that was done against you now. 2.5 minutes. I called a high-scoring game, and we are seeing one currently. Curvin on the pinch, can't find the first. I mean, Reapers will hold. Curvin. Up in your spawn, does get one here. Can he double up? He does, but look on the other side. I mean, Cheeks just grabs it. He's almost gone. Bones is here. A 1v1 for the cap, but who else but Flixie to shut it down? And a pivotal time to get a 2-piece. That could have gotten incredibly messy as well. Quiet Reaper's still not out of the dodge yet. They gotta win these gunfights. They're just not winning them at the moment. Bones, 11 HP. Not enough to try and get that one through, but he has some teammates support. Pistol is on out. Bones gets it. Goose for number 6. And we still got a minute 40 as well. This could potentially go to 8 scores. I called a high-scoring game. I wasn't sure we were going all the way to 8, though. I mean, we still might not, but this has been a crazy one for sure here. Pistol's out. Goose gets 1. No reload required. Bones, ooh, nice movement coming out from the real Curvin this time. Cheech, last one up. Pistol is on out, and he's trying to stall, trying to delay, and he's done a decent job to his credit here, and he's still alive. Oh my god. How do you hit that knife? That would have been incredible. Finesse coming through. Decent finesse regardless, but that would have just been the icing. Still Quiet Reapers with a chance to get this one under control here. Flixie and Curvin pushing up. Doing what they can, but Carnage off spawn now. Just need to hold maybe max of 2 waves here. They'll have the map 3 victory under their belt. Let's see with a double kill, though. Pistol in hand, going for 3. Thirds isn't gonna work out for you. Now you're running out of time. 30 on the clock, and you need to get a score to send this to OT if you're the Reapers. Curvin looking to try and find another one here. Low HP toward mid-map, and it's gonna be Cheech. Actually, it's Goose with all 3 of them. 6 spree for Goose now. 4 times multi-kill for this man. Looking for more. Can't quite find it, but Bones with the drone. Looks like this audible might potentially work out, but he will get stopped. And I will say, if Reapers are able to get the device in hand, they should have OT chances as well. So 30-second extension, it might be required here for them to get something going. Tax low HP, and he's got to live here. He needs to try and survive. You got to back up. You get 30 more seconds, but your teammates are so incredibly far away from you. He's going to try and stay down, but he's getting flown at. He's getting absolutely flown at, but his teammates have done enough. Curvin here, though, taken down. And with that initial wave gone, that might just do it. 15 seconds, not a ton of time, and you basically have to go. You needed to stay alive before, but you don't have time. You only have 10 seconds left now. And Tax, I don't think he realizes he's going to back up all the way to his spawn, and you have no chance in hell of getting this score. So it will be Evo Carnage taking a incredibly high-scoring map number 3. We didn't quite get all the way to 8, but may as well have. My God, so many scores rolling through there. And we will need to see that map number 4 on Den. So, not the worst performance. I feel like definitely some sloppy gameplay on the Overload. Probably the sloppiest we've seen from both of these rosters so far. Definitely a lot of mistakes coming through. Goose and Flixie with some great maps. And, I mean, really just outslaying for Quiet Reapers. Just wasn't enough to get it done. Too many mistakes in the first half. They let 3 scores go through. And honestly, I feel like Carnage did the exact same thing in the second half. So it kind of evened out at the end. And maybe you got credit for one extra one in the end. But yeah, some sloppiness for sure coming through. And we're going to be heading to Den HP up here in a second. And we'll see if Evo Carnage can try and send us to that raid SMD. It's going to be a tough battle for sure. But I mean, every map has been pretty close so far. So definitely still possible for Carnage to ice up and send us the distance, but we're going to send it to a break before we find that out. So, map number 4, back in a bit. back. Map number 3 here underway now. Or 4, excuse me, map number 4. Dang, I keep trapping my maps right now. That's what happens after you podcast all day. Sometimes they kind of start to blend together a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. This is my 3rd series already for those. Hey, better figure things out late than never. So I figured out it's map number 4. Well, that map number 4 happens to be this lovely Den HP here. Probably one of my favorite maps in the entire game. It is maybe a little bit overplayed. I have seen this quite a bit this year, but it is definitely a fun one to cast for sure. And well, Evo Carnage looking for a big win here to send us to map number 5. They did a good job, I would say, on that overload. Maybe not the best job. I feel like it was kind of sloppy from both teams, if I'm being real here. So whoever can make the least amount of mistakes in this one, likely to take this map, is my opinion. But we'll see who that's going to be. So far off the opening break, it's going to be Carnage on the time, and they got the rotations toward new. And we'll see how long they can hold it for. Going to be playing toward Couch, has one right behind him. Should get traded here in a moment. Spawns still in the back for Carnage, looking to try and get Mixie here, but still red time. Going your way, you'll take it all day long. A slow approach to try and break this one. It's gonna be hard fought for sure. Goose in the back needs some help though. Does get the first one, but he has somebody chasing him, Curvin, to try and get the trade here. And with that 4 dead, I mean, Carnage showing up in a big way on this hard point now. Seems like they have awoken. They're starting to shoot the gun a little bit better, and maybe the teamwork is starting to flow a little bit as well. Unfortunately, I don't have the comms here, so no listen-ins, but would love to hear them, honestly. I wish this league had listening calls and stuff. That'd be nice, but none for this series, unfortunately. But so far, I mean, Evo Carnage off the break, doing their thing. They got everybody toward new for the side of Quiet, and I mean, speaking of Quiet, I mean, win the first 2 maps, albeit not necessarily super decisively, but that last map, a lot of mistakes coming through. We'll see if they can lock it in here. Not exactly having the best break off on the hard point, but they got the rotation on lock. Flixie on a 4. Picking up mid-cut, locking it down. And look at this spawn from number 4. I don't know if you guys saw it on a mini-match, but number 4 just spawned literally on top of Cheech. Crazy spawn coming through. Urban just gifted a kill, and I mean, hey, you'll take it, right? Call of Duty at the end of the day. Sometimes you get some BS spawns, and you just gotta deal with it, do the most you can with it, so. Great resurgence on the P3 from the Reapers here. Potentially looking to 60 this one as well. Flixie can't quite win this gunfight, but tags up Cheech to 11 HP. He should get traded here, and he will. So, despite first couple of hills not going your way, 60 seconds on P3. Super ideal. Now heading into new. That gap has closed. J-Rat from the side door, right behind you, gets credit for 2, and that's just like music to my ears. Rotations favoring the Reapers now. Huge route coming through from Cheech, though. Does he check the corner? And, well, oh my lord. Trying to go to Bones, but Cheech doing like 2 full spins before he finally saw somebody and gets taken down. My goodness. That looked insane on my screen. I'm not gonna lie. That looked like he was trying to do some trick shot stuff. Checked the corner, but didn't check it thoroughly enough. Evo back on the time, though. Despite the whirlwind from Cheech there. Doesn't seem to matter. Goose with a nice little 2. Can he make it 3? No, not quite. But that should soften them up. J-Rat low HP. Carnage, do you want to try and solidify this time? And Cheech, nice double kill from him. Will claim it here, so. Despite the P3 going your way, Evo do eventually break through P4. And now we're just looking at about a 30-second gap. Heading into our second row. Not the worst, not the best. You could argue Quiet probably could have been further in the hole if Carnage locked it in a little bit more for that P3 break, but I mean, you could also argue that Carnage could also be doing the same, so. We'll see what ends up happening here on the second row. Quiet Reaper's looking for some quality kills here. Curvin on that time, but he needs some help, man. He is just trying to stay down and just flooded attacks with the sub in hand. Not exactly in an ample position with the correct gun here, and he is going to get chowed by everyone on the side of the Reapers here. And Carnage, I mean, they're doing a great job blocking the spawns. I will say, playing for the OEs here, but Quiet Reapers definitely need to try and flip these spawns, and they do a good job. They get 3 dead here. The spawn's still not in your favor, though. Goose is going to get cleaned up. Flixie probably not reading the parallels here, and Yeah, I probably wouldn't be either. That's a crazy spawn, and sometimes it happens when you spawn all the way across the map. But despite all that, I mean, hey, Quiet Reapers already on new. Just gotta win a few more gunfights, and this hill should be theirs for the moment. You got number 5, Israel, in the back, but he's gonna get caught by the spawners, and an awkward position to be in. You know you got the window, but you don't actually quite have it with the reinforcements on their way quickly now, so Reapers will stabilize here, and back in a position to where you can solidify it most of this time. It's going to be a tough fought battle, though, because the split spawns are starting to come out now. You didn't block the back, and now you got to worry about both angles, and that's really never a situation you want to be in any situation where you're pinched. They dealt with it well, though. Flixie gets a multi-kill. How many more can you find? Flixie here from the side door as the pressure is on in. Israel for 1, 2 for Goose. Bones, can you find the last one? And you do. 10 seconds to claim, and maybe not the most massive 1v1, but that's 10 seconds going your way. It does add up. Let me tell you, it does add up. Urban on new. Wins the first one, has some cover fire over the top. Goose somehow gonna fall there. I thought maybe the Windmill of Doom was gonna come out for a second, but Urban holds its nerve. Flixie for the cleanup, and Reaper's right back in it. So, I mean, despite the early deficit, we got ourselves a ball game here. Flixie with another 2 off of spawn here. Everybody's shooting their guns right now in this lobby. See how Carnage try and break this. Cheech from the 10 area. Does get the cleanup on 1, and at this point, 20 seconds left. Reaper's got to be careful to try not to flip here, but you really don't want to give them all of this 20 either. They are going to send one last wave at it. Kerbin able to get 1 and 3 dead, and just like that, the spawn out happens. I mean, Cheech spawns his entire roster on new, and that's what you didn't want to have happen. If you're the Reapers, you sent everybody toward old. They're going to spawn in the back, but it's still not out of the woodwork yet. P4 can be incredibly mixy. Even if you do have the spawns, you can hold it from either side. So as long as you win a couple of gunfights, the hill can be yours, but, well, unfortunately, you lost both of them. So Carnage, with that spawn out, capitalize on their situation, and back to the drawing board. Now if you're Reapers. Dax thought he found a window, but the deep corner coming out, and I do believe I hear a Hellstorm coming out from J-Rad. I don't know if this is exactly an ideal spot to call it in at. And yeah, he's going to completely whiff anyway, so it doesn't end up mattering. You break with the gunny regardless. 3 dead. I guess good news for Carnage, you wasted a Hellstorm missile that you really probably didn't even need to invest if you were Reapers there. Could have saved it for maybe a P1 or a P3, where it would have been more valuable, but... Oh my god. Cheech, we gotta stop getting turned on. I feel bad, but... Oh my goodness. Maybe I just stop spectating Cheech and it'll stop happening. I don't know. It's like a tree in the woods, but nobody's around, right? I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen, Cheech. It's all good. It's all good, man. Nades on out. Trades down mid, and I mean, 3rd rotation. We're locked it in. We are tied 155 all. This is probably gonna go down to a potential P3, even maybe a P4 finish here. We'll see if that's gonna be the case or not. This has been incredibly close and a lot of hill contested for sure on this map. Reapers doing what they can. They got the spawns, they got the setup. Not exactly the best setup, it's not the most solid, but you have a little bit of cover fire, but the contest coming on through is important. Carnage, you want to shut down any sort of time that they're able to collect, but Kerbin catches some slip in, tacks with the cover fire, just Cheech now on the pinch, and that should be enough for at least 1, and he does double up. So good stuff from Cheech, making up for maybe some of the 180s coming through. Still work to be done in the back, and he needs to go flying, and, well, he'll get taken down. Skeet shooter Flixie in the back, aiming down his rifle. 3 players in the back. Kerbin behind enemy lines. Playing for the spawns here. Tax can't quite get the double in hill, but Kerbin staying alive here is going to make things really wonky for the spawns. Number 5, Israel spawns out. Is he going to relay that to his team in time is the question. Doesn't seem to matter too much. Carnage holds, so... Maybe would have liked to see that player stay alive in the back a little bit longer to try and make things a little messier, but you do need to make a play to alleviate a little pressure for your team from the front end, so I can't... You can argue it either way, I guess. In the end, though, it's just been back and forth, and sometimes Den ends up being this way, where it's just kind of back and forth, everybody playing for scrap time here and there, just a second or two. with that scrap time, we will head toward the P3, and somehow Carnage here first. Reapers stack all their eggs into hitting that old hill, and now Carnage is here first on the mid-cut area. Flixie trying to make a mess of this hill, but just gonna get taken down for his efforts. Roams toward mid-cut. Will drop as well, and it's Carnage with the advantage. Not a whole lot, but enough. 30 points. We'll see how Reapers respond here. Israel toward mid-map. He's gonna be watching J-Rat. Low HP. Can you clean it up? You do. And your teammates are also winning gunfights elsewhere. Nice job from Carnage. You can't quite win it on this hill, but they're in a good position now. They got P3 on hold. They got a decent setup, and they have a lot of space to push them back further as well. So if Reapers, if they don't cut their losses and rotate here, they could get put in the absolute blender if they're not careful. J-Rat with 3 on hold, though. That's going to be huge. If you can get them off this time and push through Dojo, you have a chance to try and flip, but he'll get cleaned up. Goose, you need to stay alive here. This is a big gunfight in the back, but also on the flip side, I mean, you got Kerbin on the front of New. This one on the side door, looking for a second one. Low HP on Cheech, but Cheech gets another one. 25 seconds now for Carnage to force this map number 5. Flixie going for a route in the back. You spot Israel in the back, you do, but the shot's not quite good enough. So far, it's been Israel holding down the fort in the back, gets 2 more. J-Rat from the front has a big task ahead of him, and not a whole lot of time to do it either. One last attempt, one last couple of kills, gonna go down, and it's gonna be all Carnage in this one. Wait a minute, hold on, Tax. Can you clutch up in a big way? You don't, but J-Rat's here. Never say never, Chad. Never say never in this situation. 249, I've only seen it a few times. But with that break, it's going to be everybody falling. New's going to be up here in a second, and it's a foot race for New. Tax is on his way. You got another one falling as well. A couple of kills for Quiet here. Don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback for falling. Still a chance now. Still a chance now. If you are Quiet Reapers here, a couple falling. Flixie in the hill. Gonna get pinched from both sides, though. You got Goose in the front. You got Israel in the back. And with Goose falling in, he will finally get the cleanup here. But that got incredibly scary. A similar result to that map number 1. Just on its head now. And, I mean, we might be looking at another reverse sweep here, guys. I'm not sure what's going on today with reverse sweeps, but one map away now from completing it, our Carnage. Nice den from them. Good rotations coming through, and I feel like just that huge gap at the start. Not exactly ideal for Quiet Reapers. You were down, I mean, 70 points early on. You did claw your way back, so wasn't exactly the whole story, but I mean, just a good team effort coming through from Carnage. Good map from Goose. 38 on the board for him, and hey, we're gonna head to map number 5. Map 5 lord, guys. Wasn't expecting it with how this series started, but we're here. We've arrived, and it's gonna be Raid to determine the victor in this one. And we'll see who's gonna be more clutch in Search and Destroy, because that Fringe was pretty close back and forth. It was on a pendulum. It felt like the entire time. Will that be the case again? We're gonna send it to a quick break, and we will find out who we're gonna crown the winner right after this. And we are back with our final map in the series here. Quiet Reapers started off with the first two maps, but Carnage come roaring back in the Overload and the Hardpoint, and maybe some mistakes from the Reapers with the culprit here. We'll see if they can clutch it up in the raid SMD here. The first one gonna be falling toward Kitchen, and that is the bomb as well. Not exactly an ideal to be running with the bomb down mid by yourself here, and while Cheech is gonna get punished, and maybe even Carnage gonna get punished for this as well. Second one's gonna drop as well. Bones, you go for the trade, one toward basketball, and that's gonna be the player in the back cleaned up. So you have a chance now, but you need to play together here. You really need to wait for Goose to try and push this one out, but Bones might not have a choice. They might just fly at you. Sun's gonna be on the mark. Is Goose gonna be in time or not? Well, Goose is gonna meet an unfortunate fate as well. And Bones, you're trapped toward money. Not ideal. Should be cleaned up here in a moment from Tax. And what do you really even do if you're Bones here? Flixie should know he's still here. They're playing for him. 16 seconds left. Bones, you gotta make a move sooner or later. And he doesn't want to. He's content. He likes this room. He likes staring at dead bodies in front of him. And I'm not sure what the play call here is to play the one streak, I guess. Bones just didn't feel like moving. Okay, alright. Interesting. Interesting play call. Probably not one I would have ever called, but... alright. I feel like in that situation, you might as well just give yourself a chance in that one, you know? At least go for the gunfight kitchen. Maybe not feeding streaks, I guess you could argue, but... I mean, it's the first round. Nobody's on that crazy of a streak yet. The max you're gonna get is maybe like 3, and nobody was even on 2, so. Interesting decision. I don't know if that's, if I ever want to see that again, but. It's gonna be Quiet Reapers toward the B-bomb site. Nobody here, and already, you can see the flank route starting to develop. Bones in the back. Has a gunfight in front of him. He's gonna take care of the first one. Cheech toward mid-steps. The second is gonna drop immediately. And now Tax and J-Rat with it all to do. J-Rat on the sniper, but he's gonna fall off the map. That is the wrong direction, my friend. Tax now in the 1v3. At the very least, he does have the bomb. And he has a little bit of time to work with. I don't think either of those players saw him toward money either. Maybe a freebie toward kitchen to start things off, and he'll get granted his wish, so. More manageable now in the 1v2. But they're playing neck and neck right now. The trade should be coming through, and it will. Interesting calls in the last round, but I like that one a lot better from Quiet Reapers in the clutch, but it doesn't matter. Carnage, just win the gunfights. That's all you need to do in Call of Duty is win the gunfights. Get kill equal win. One apiece now. Isn't that some elite level comms right there? Get kill equal win. Am I a caveman? Don't answer that. Gotta be Carnage now on the offense. Looks like we're heading toward A. You gotta be wary of the car bomb, and Bones will evade it for the moment. Shots are gonna land. He's going for it, but Kerbin shuts him down. But Kerbin's gotta be careful. He's gonna play right on top of him. Israel for the trade here and now. I mean, Flixie going for some shots. The reload is on in, and Israel can't finish it. That would have been a huge one to find on Flixie, and that is bomb down. Cheech has been spotted. Flixie, you gotta be careful here. You're getting chased, and Cheech does get the freebie. Has the opportunity to collect the rock as well, but Tax watching the heady. Going for the gunfight, and he'll find it. I'm not sure if that's, I'm not even gonna say it, because I don't even want to put it out in the atmosphere. I'm just gonna shut my mouth and let it, we'll just keep playing. We'll just keep playing. Two to 1 now. Quiet Reapers. Answer the call. Back and forth, round at a time. I'm curious if J-Rat's going to keep the sniper out. Looks like no, not this round. Going to keep out with the sub. And I think I like this call on a map like Raid. I feel like you need to get aggro. You need to get active. Sniping usually only works, I feel like, when you know exactly what the setup the other team is going to be on defense. And you're just trying to cover fire somebody from really long range. It's going to be the first couple of kills going your way if you're Evo now. Flixie and Tax toward the A-bomb, and they're gonna actually go for the plant here. I don't know about this decision. Cheech with a lot of shots, but the pistol not enough from that range to clean up the straggler, and still 2v3 situation. Gotta be wary about mid. Tax might have found a timing. Spotted him toward top art. Cheech unaware. 2v2. Tax might get caught unaware, though, in the 2v1. Wow, able to get one in that situation is actually huge. Now that leaves Flixie in the 1v1, and you know where he's at, too. So Flixie kind of has his choice of where he wants to approach now. Does he go for the plant? And he does. Wow. Crazy that he went for that one with the glass break. I mean, Goose baiting it, but he ain't falling for it. 1v1 now. Goose does have both weapons to work with, but he has no idea where Flixie's at. He could be playing anywhere at this point. And you have so many angles you need to clear. Flixie going for the timing. He's going to spot him, and it's going to be a clutch for the Reapers. And that second kill in the transition was huge, man. Good stuff coming through from Tax. The fact that he gets 2 in that situation is incredible. Makes this situation in the 1v1 a lot easier. And the Reapers will clutch up. Yeah, Mythic, you knew what I was saying. It looked like he was laying down, but I couldn't tell. I didn't want to cause anything. You get it though. Yeah, you get it. not trying to start nothing. Just want to cast some Call of Duty. Toward the B-bomb site we go. Cheech just taking a swim here. Needs to get active as well, but it doesn't matter. The timing is terrible for Tax in that situation. 4v2, bomb going down, and now Flixie in the 1v4, and he is getting chased as well. Cheech right behind you. Gets the dagger on the last one. And Carnage will answer back with a quick offense of their own, and just horrible timing back Tiki for Tax and Co. Worked out wonders. Carnage doing their thing. Now within a round. The deeper we get into the search, the more it is about how little amount of mistakes you make here. And that's kind of been the whole series in a nutshell. I feel like every map, the team who's made the least amount of mistakes has ended up taking the victory. Ooh, snipe barely off the mark there. 2 players toward kitchen. You got one toward the laundry. Cheech is by himself, though. He's isolated toward A, and he's going to get punished for it. That is a free bomb plant now. Poor Tax. J-Rat's going to shoot maybe a little early here. He does get a tag on in. Goose has got to be careful now. He's got multiple players to contend with, and Tax, it was all a distraction. 4v2 situation. Israel low HP. Bones is cleaned up, and that'll do it for that round. Decisive. Quiet Reapers, taking the 2-round edge now. And I feel like if you're Carnage, you cannot leave somebody isolated on the A-bomb site by themselves like that. I've seen that time and time again. You only send one person toward A, doesn't matter where they're playing. That bomb site is getting flooded, that guy is getting traded, and the bomb is going to go down quickly. So if you do stack A, you got to have at least 2 people there. And ideally, you really probably should just give up the A-bomb site and play the retake. Feel like that works out more often than people trying to hold laundry. It depends on how you approach it, but that's just been my experience from playing, from casting, from seeing a lot of different looks. That's kind of the best way to do it. You cannot have that isolated guy, especially playing that far up, and you got punished. Goose for the first one, though. Answer back is swift here. Bomb is going to be on the other side of the map, though. Bones is going to need some help here. He's tagged incredibly low. You got Cheech in the kitchen, trying to clean up on one. The knife is out, and Tax finds it. Off the mark with those shots. Cheech thought about getting his teammates trade, but he didn't realize he'd be trading Freddy Krueger there. 2v2, though. Oh, and Tax saw the shadow. He saw the shadow, and I don't believe he was spotted either, so he can make a huge play here, but no, Goose is going to shut down that one. Flixie, though, he is in a good spot here to shut down this bomb plant. 30 on the clock, and he knows where they're at. It's about timing now. Does he go for it? Shoots a little bit early here. He's going to get out of dodge, but that should lead to a bomb plant from Bones now. You got Goose watching over his top. And now it's going to come down to Flixie. Are you going to be the magic man in this round? Going for a route toward top laundry now. This might actually work out. Nobody watching it. Well, I say that, and Goose immediately turns, so. First one gonna drop though. Flixie, low HP. Goose right behind you. Do you get the trade? It's gonna be the question here, and you do just barely. So close for Flixie, but not quite enough. And that was a close one for Carnage. I feel like they could have just played back, played the crosses, but they got a little antsy. They went for the chow. Almost got taken apart because of it. Close affair, no cigar. Carnage, answer back with the round. This pendulum will not stop swinging. Goose on a 3. Not sure if this will build into a hellstorm or not here, but potential prospects now. We head back toward A. Nades off the mark here. I say that, but then Flixie gets absolutely slammed with one. Oh, thankfully that was just a stun, not a Semtex grenade. Flixie off the mark with the first one. Goose gets credit for it. Immediate answer back. And look where number 8 is. Kerbin getting aggressive. Number 4 as well on the pinch. Can make the absolute god route come to life here. He does. 1v1 though. Trades for both ways. Cheech behind you. Cheech, you gotta hit the shots, my guy. Another gunfight. That should have been his. Tax. Lucky to be alive. A lot of time left too. Tax, do you go for the bomb or do you go for the kill? He's going for the positioning toward mid-map. Oh, this timing. This timing could be horrible. This timing could be horrible, and it's gonna be horrible. But it's gonna be horrible for Cheech. Tax catches you slipping. Call of Duty timing at its finest. And Quiet Reapers on map point now. In a situation where, if you're Cheech, probably should have won that gunfight. Should have been tied up at 4. But a lot of missed shots lead to the round being thrown. And now the Reapers, thanks to Tax on 11, just need one more round to close out this series and prevent the reverse sweep. And if you're Carnage, what do you do now? The answer might be B. Cheech running it down mid. He's got to be careful here. You got some cover fire, but is it going to be enough? Oh, Cheech is still sending it. Cheech is still sending it. He's by himself again. And he'll get punished for it. We've seen that play so many times already. Just solo chows. And the Reapers are more than prepared for it. On the flip side, it's going to be also Israel taken down on the flip side. Bones thought about rotating as well. But now that you lost the lead man, you might get a chance on the flip side. Nice shutdown from Goose. He's got to be careful, though. He's still low. Still low here. Oh, my God, Flixie. How many shots can you land? Not enough. 2v2 situation. Goose going for the route. Are you going to read the close quarter, though? Oh, my God. He was a footstep away from just getting shotgunned by the NPC there, but thankfully, he didn't round the corner. But they still are in a desperate situation here. I mean, you still have Kerbin in the money window. You got the flank coming through as well. Tax will be able to clean up both of them, and that is gonna do it. Quiet Reapers in map number 5. Prevent the reverse sweep. They get it done. It took all 5 maps. It took a lot of sloppy Call of Duty action. But they will secure the victory in the end. 6-3. The final score, and one hell of a series. Let me tell you, Tax with 14, by the way, in map 5 to close it out. What a map from him, and what a series from Quiet Reapers. I feel like they were outslaying pretty consistently most of the maps, but just felt like maybe some sloppy mistakes in the maps 3 and 4 ended up costing you. And even in the first couple of maps, I noticed some mistakes coming through that Carnage were able to capitalize. And don't get it twisted, Carnage definitely made some mistakes for sure as well. So a lot of mistakes to go back in the VOD for both of these teams and clean up in the future here. That was an insane series. The fact that it went all the way to 5 after how it started definitely surprised me, but Congrats to Quiet Reapers as well. I'm not sure about seeding, if anybody in the chat knows about the seeding, if this is going to matter for playoffs or not. I'm not sure where the cutoff is. I'm not too familiar. I think this is probably the last week. We might have one more after this, so I'm not sure how many games are going to be played total. But, I mean, hey, a good one to get in your win column nonetheless. If you see one last look at how the series played out here. I mean, every map was close, man. If you look at the scoreboard, everything, I mean, 30 points in the hard point. You got 2 rounds in the first search, 1 score in the overload where, I mean, if I'm being real, Quiet Reapers definitely threw that one away in the first half. And then Evo Carnage started to build some momentum off that. They won the overload by 1. They go into the second hard point. They are starting to rotate a little bit better. The teamwork's starting to flow. And then, well, you ran into the Reapers in map 5, just didn't have the playbook on raid. And I feel like just maybe some solo chows, one too many from the Carnage costed you in the end. But guys, appreciate y'all coming out again. That was a fun one for sure. And yeah, my voice is kind of shocked. That was my 3rd one of the night. So I'm going to get some much needed rest. I got a long day tomorrow too. So should be a fun time though. If you guys are interested in seeing that, I'll be live on my channel, as well as I do believe I am casting part of the ZGL playoffs tomorrow as well. So I'm going to be back and forth kind of everywhere tomorrow. Just be on the lookout for my stream. If you catch me live, that'd be cool. But until then, I will see you guys later. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out.
Every day they clocking me, red alert, I'm the dangerous, I keep that clock on me. And they ain't looking for no trouble, I'm just looking out for me. Cause I done did shit, the niggas ain't talking about no rapping beat. Boy, I'm talking tragedy, massive, casual. Shit that I can't even remember, bet they remember me. Shit that happened late in December, I bring that winter heat. Niggas down the whole October, the real Halloween. Back to back funerals, it's them or us, it's him or me. Don't get booked cause ain't no bum money, we doing this shit for free. If he told her that ain't my homie, that little nigga weak. If I miss ain't going to sleep, I'm in the streets, we play for keeps.